The next theory that we'll discuss is the leader-member exchange theory. It's a very simple, straightforward theory, but a very valuable theory. That's what we will discuss now. This is a very unique theory, very different from the theories that we have gone through so far. So while the other leadership theories focused either on the leader, some of the later theories like the situational theory and the path goal theory also focused on certain follower factors, not just the leader but also follower factors. Now, but the LMX theory is neither focusing on the leader nor on the follower. It is actually focusing on the relationship that the leader has with each follower. Okay, so it's focusing on the relationship, not on the leader nor on the follower, but on the relationship. So that's the unique part of the LMX theory. Now, another thing to notice here, it's called the dyadic relationship. And this is again important to understand. A dyad, if you know the word, means two. So this is a relationship between just two people, leader and follower. But that should be confusing, right? The leader may have many followers. So why is it saying only relationship between two people? Why is it saying dyadic relationship? The reason is that what the LMX theory is highlighting is that the leader has a very unique relationship with each of his followers. By the way, I'm saying his just in generic sense. Leader, of course, can be a female, right? So the leader has unique relationship with each follower. That's the reason we are not speaking in generic terms like we had before, leader and followers. We are not saying that. Rather, we are saying leader and each follower and their unique relationship that they share. So the LMX theory, like the path goal theory, was again proposed a while ago in the 70s. But actually, this is one of those leadership theories that still attracts a lot of attention. If you look at the top tier journals in our field, you will see a lot of research still happening on LMX theory. Now, LMX theory, unlike the path goal theory, is actually very simple. It's not at all complicated to understand. So we will go through this pretty fast. But uh, Uh, again, before I go into the theory, I must also say that there is a lot of empirical support for LMX theory, lot. So this is one of those theories which has lot of research evidence backing it up. So again, for that factor, I love this theory. So the LMX theory, initially it used to be called the vertical dyad linkage. Again, I have already explained why the dyad part, right? The leader has the leader's relationship with each subordinate is being discussed here. So we see leader having unique relationships with subordinate A, subordinate B, subordinate C, and so on and so forth. So, but this leads to a unique phenomenon, right? So leader may have really positive relationship with some kind of subordinates. Now it may not be exactly leader liking subordinate A to point +3 and subordinate liking +3. Subordinate B also, they each they liking the leader liking the subordinate B at the level of +3 and subordinate B liking back +3. Those numbers may vary actually because each of those relationships are unique, right? So in case of subordinate A, it may be +3 +5. In case of subordinate B, it could be +4 +3 and so on and so forth, right? So they are unique relationships. Nonetheless, uh, uh, we end up having a situation where the leader has really positive relationship with some subordinates and they become what are called as the in-group of the leader. And the leader may not have very positive relationship or may even have negative relationship with some of the subordinates and they become part of the leader's out group. So this may seem a little um, uh, awkward because as a leader, we are supposed to be treating everyone equally, but that's not true. And this is one of the reasons I like the LMX theory, because it recognizes that leader-subordinate relationship is not um, any different from the other forms of relationship that we see in our lives. So for instance, we have a best friend. We may have many friends, but we may have one or two friends that we like really a lot. Then we may have just friends, then we may have acquaintances. Um, Similarly, even in case of leader-subordinate relationships, the leader may have some favorites. They are part of his in-group, and the leader may also have some people whom he doesn't favor much, and they are part of his out-group. Now I have a video link here that you can watch it. It's a funny video link. It's showing how kids have their favorite parents. It's a funny video link, but the reason I share it is just to illustrate the fact that we have favorites in many other forms of relationships. So why should leader-subordinate relationship be any different? Diagram that I was discussing before. So let's see what some of the later studies show about leader-member exchange theory. And this is really fascinating because it shows that leaders, when the leader has high quality relationship with his follower, those high quality relationships um, not only benefits the leader, but it also benefits the follower. So leader having high quality relationship with the follower is associated with less employee turnover, better job attitudes. Less employee turnover means people are less likely to leave. Better job attitudes in terms of high job satisfaction, greater participation. So these followers who have high quality relationship with the leader, they are likely to participate a lot in the class or at the workplace. So and they have high organizational commitment. They tend to actually also have high job performance, which I will discuss in the next slide. So these things benefit the leader, right? Because the leaders are performing better, they have high job satisfaction, they're less likely to leave and everything. But it's also benefiting the followers. The high quality relationship with the between the leader and the follower, it benefits the followers too. So the followers tend to who have high quality relationship with the leader, they tend to get better performance evaluations. They tend to get promoted. They're much more likely to be promoted than the followers who don't have that high quality relationship with their leader. Um, they are likely to get better job assignments. When the follower has any kind of needs coming up, the leader is likely to care for the follower. These followers are likely to get much faster career growth. So what we are seeing here is that high quality relationship between the leader and the follower, it benefits both the leader as well as the follower. So it is something then that both the leader as well as the follower should strive for. Few more studies, and this is something we have already discussed. The high quality relationship affects positively, has a positive effect on job performance, overall satisfaction, supervisor satisfaction, commitment. It reduces role conflict, enhances or also reduces turnover intentions, or meaning people wishing to leave. And these are not just one study. There have been a lot of meta-analytic studies which ultimately show that this high quality positive relationship between the leader and the follower leads to high job performance, high amount of citizenship behaviors. We have discussed that before, right? So this is what I will say in conclusion about the LMX theory. I love this theory because this is a theory that places responsibility not just on the leader but also on the follower. Both are equally responsible in order for that high quality relationship to happen, because both are benefiting from it, right? The leader benefits as well as the follower benefits. So the leader then this theory then has a lot of practical implications, both for the leader as well as for the follower. For the leader, it means that because this high quality relationship benefits the leader, they should engage or they should make effort to better the quality of relationship that they have with each of the followers. Similarly, um, it makes a lot of sense for the followers to also try to better their relationship with their leader, because it's going to benefit them. They are likely to get promoted, they are likely to get better job performance evaluations, they're likely to get the support that they need and everything. So uh, so this is strictly speaking not exactly a contingency theory, but what we still see is that the leader is behaving differently from one follower to other. That's the reason we can still broadly classify it as a contingency theory, but it is not a contingency theory in the sense that uh, the leader's effectiveness is determined by situational factors. What is being discussed here is that leaders is going to be effective if he tries to better his relationship with his followers. Um, so that's all that we have for contingency theories.